Hey everybody, it's Dive Girl Dab. You might remember these big slabs of oak, a little more than an inch thick here, that I bought. This piece is about 3 feet long and it's about 35 pounds or so. And up until recently, you might remember, but I had this big chunk here that's 11 feet long that was in my bedroom drying. Well, I finally got it moved. And I guess one of the reasons that I'm drinking my hard apple cider right now is because I know there's a cytokine storm coming and I'm gonna hurt. But I went ahead and I took some extra meds to get in front of it, because that board was almost as heavy as me. And you guys might remember that this little walkway area was like the only place that I could find 20 feet in the house to put lumber. So I had a cover down, and I actually had all my tongue and groove lumber down here until it dried. But then I still had that oak slab. And right here was where the edge of it was. And yeah, it was a pain to get in the closet and walk around it and get to the door, all that. It was a pain in the butt. So that big chunk of wood is here no more. Well, and I didn't get any help to move it, but I did use my brain. And beforehand, I took my draw knife. And you've probably all seen a draw knife on TV, but mine's pretty sharp. And so it's used to like draw towards you and to shave off wood, because I wanted to shave off all that bark. And as you can see, I got some nice big chunks of bark here that came off of it. But one of the reasons you want to get this bark off is that's where all your insect eggs are in that. And I should have got it off earlier. But this is actually one of the reasons that stopped me from doing the project, is that I felt like I didn't want to do this in the house. Which I eventually decided to go ahead and just spread out my tarp here and get my draw knife and just shave it in the house. It was 93 degrees today. It was a good day to be inside working on this. And so I got the bark off. And isn't it always kind of interesting how it just takes like one little thing to hang you up on a project, and then you're like, nope, I have to wait for that because this isn't right. Because I didn't want to put that wood over there against the wall until that bark was off, because my thinking is like, if I do that, then that's kind of a long-term storage where the bark will stay on for longer than I want, is the reality. And that I did not want to have to move it outside, shave the bark, come back in, or maybe come in this front door, because I got fencing between here. It's just got more complex with Eddie. So I went ahead and just shaved it in the house, and my vacuum cleaned it right up. So I took and put a board across the bed and put it on top of the bed, leaned it up on its edge, and then I actually took the end of it and I dropped it into my office chair. Of course, it had a towel on it to protect it, but I thought, like, this darn thing's so long that even if the chair took, like 40 to 60 pounds, that would be a big help. Well, and then it got me through the doorway, and then I was able to push it down the hall just like this. Total reenactment. Shove it aside and literally lift that dude up and into place. And I am afraid that I'm running out of room to put boat stuff, so yeah. But I did get the 2 slabs that I cut down underneath here with the little scrap I just showed you, and then the main big slab right up here next to it. And this is great because it's out of the way and it's close to the patio when I get ready to move it outside. So I'm really happy that this oak got moved today, because now I don't have to mess with that in the bedroom no more. Well, and I measured everywhere and every wall in the house to trying to find an 11.5 foot straight run that wouldn't inhibit a doorway or something important. And the only place is here in the dining room. So that's where it's going to stay for now. But what's really cool is that I've been putting off having my annual professionals come in and clean the carpets because of that stinking piece of wood sitting in there. And now that it's moved, I don't have to worry about that no more. And you might ask, how many times did I like stub my toe on that or run into it? I think it was once. But I put that foam on the end to prevent me from causing any kind of damage. But I knew in my head that if I ever ran into that chunk of oak, that I would be the thing that would be moving and it wouldn't be pretty. So I just made a point of walking around it and I've got used to it. But I can tell you that I'm going to get used to having nothing here pretty fast. And that's cool. Exciting. And I was kind of thinking about this chair and I thought, well, I'm 190 pounds. I figure that if I could sit in this, then it could take just a part of that wood. I would be in good shape. So thank you, office chair, for helping me out. And really big thank you to this chunk of plumbing insulation. My toes are all still here. Nothing bruised and battered and is problematic. So yay for wood drying. And you guys might forget like why I bought that oak is because that's going to be our new rudder. Yay. And recently I picked up this beautiful vintage chunk of bronze for the rudder head. So the handle will fit inside of here. And put the handle on this side, and then this will bolt into the rudder so that we'll be able to steer the boat with the tiller. Like my hand is the tiller arm, and this goes around the rudder, that oak that we just moved. So I'm very delighted to have found a nice big chunky bronze for the rudder. And in case you guys don't remember, here's the old tiller handle. And it's just got some rather utilitarian and ugly U-channel stainless going through here. And, you know, that bronze is going to look so much prettier. This is a little bit smaller than what I wanted, but it's okay. It's going to work just fine. And if for some reason ship breaks, I'll replace it, right? But that's going to be much prettier chunk on there than what we had before. So I'm very excited to build a boat with a prettier bronze hardware for the tiller. So even though it was 93 degrees outside, I was managed to stay cool inside and clean up my bedroom. Yay! The crowd goes wild. Look, there's still a dent in the floor from it. I'm sure that'll fluff out over time. But sometimes it's just little tiny steps forward and figuring out why you're stuck. And it was because I hadn't shaved the bark off. So yeah, I got that done and moved it off the project list. What's next, Deb? Let's go sailing. Bye, guys. I'm gonna hurt from this.